Well, great morning. I promised everybody I'd be back out here live. Whether it's raining or not, it's still an amazing day. And hey, I'm alive. So all is good. Guys, there's a lot of things we live in life. And things are hard. The world seems like it's going to shit around us. There's a lot of shitty people around us too. But they're not shitty. They're just, we all have things to deal with, and we all have different ways to cope. So, where have I been? Everybody's been asking me, Tobi, you're back, this and that. Yeah, okay. Well, let me give you a little bit of an update. As you can see, I shaved off my head because I needed to rid myself of some vibes I've been carrying for quite a while. That's the only way to do it. Look, I tried unconditionally loving somebody. I gave my all, and that's what I've been doing. But the endurance of all of that, well, I couldn't endure it anymore. So, now I'm back on to fixing what I allowed to be inflicted on me. That's all. And you know what everybody says? Hey, shit, when you're getting out of a relationship or you're getting out of anything, it's change. And yeah, it is. But you know what? When you're doing it all for the right reasons, how could you not be okay? Those right reasons? What are my reasons? I didn't leave the relationship because he was a bad person. I didn't leave the relationship because, I wanted to be with anybody else. No. I left and I'm starting fresh because I have to give a shit about me. Seems crazy, but there's nobody in this world that can matter more than you being okay. And when you're a giver, I don't have my glasses on. I gotta put them on so I can see somebody's coming in. Good morning. Who's this that wants to come in? Hey, Carrie, you want to join? I'll add you. Good morning, girl. Okay. I don't see you there anymore. So, look, I was living something that I allowed that was brutal to live for anybody. I honestly don't think anybody in this world would have survived what I just lived. Okay? And it's not even a joke. But I'm okay with it all. I allowed it to go on because I really believe that infusing enough love into the situation. Hey, good morning, Carrie. I love you always. I think of you, girl. I have pictures of us when we were small, eh? Trust, I still have them. And every time I look at them, they make me smile. They fill my heart. Trust me, you're a huge part of my foundation in my life. We may not be close now. We may have years apart, but trust me, you're a huge part of my foundation, okay? For who I am now. Yeah, so people have wondered, where have you been? What have you been doing? I've been trying to love. And I gave all my all to do it. No matter what I was feeling, no matter what I was doing, I was giving it my all. Literally. Some people just can't be okay with themselves. And you can't do anything for that. And when you see that happening, you gotta let them go. You can love them. Love them from afar. It's hard to, it's easier to say than do. But I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned over this past couple of years is, hey, no matter how much you give, unless somebody else actually is interested in receiving and reciprocating it, you will be emptied so quickly. No matter what. So anywhere that you put your love, your attention, your care, I think the biggest thing I want everybody to understand is make sure that it is being reciprocated to you. I sat there for 2.5 years wondering why this person could not reciprocate all the love that I flooded into him. The more I flooded love into him, he rose. He walked taller. He got better. That's what I wanted to see, because I believed he was all worth it. And even after leaving him, I still believe he was worth it. So I'm not crying about the spilt milk. But we all have to put our foot down and stand up for ourselves. Okay, what we let others do to us is on us. It's not on them. Okay? We got to look for the lessons, look for the learning. What are the things that we need to heal in ourselves that we don't accept that from others? Okay? And that stuff is real. There's a lot of people hurting in this world right now. Okay? This world is so love lacking that no matter what I'm living, I choose as a conscious person to infuse as much love and care as I possibly can into anybody or anything that I cross paths with. But that's a personal choice, and a conscious personal choice. Why? Because I personally know what suffering feels like. So when you know what that feels like, you're going to do your utmost to make sure you don't inflict that on another. Okay, but that doesn't mean accepting bad behavior. Unconditional love doesn't mean unconditional tolerance. I'm not telling you to guard yourself. I'm a person that sees hearts. I don't see faces. I don't see people. I see who they genuinely are. I can feel that from a mile away. And like I said, the relationship that I was just in, as rough as it was, he was very worth it. Why? Because I knew his heart. The only problem in all of that is he himself is disconnected to his own heart. So it doesn't work. And it makes things very brutal to do. So that's why I had to step out of that. It's not because I hate him. It's not because I think, all these bad things. But where I started off before I got with this man and where I am now is very different. I was set up by myself, independent, had my own company going. No matter what was going, I was a hustler. I have always in my life been able to maintain. Finding the strength to come out of this, well, I found the strength. How? I looked inside, knowing who I am. And when you really know who you are and you know what you can accomplish, there's nothing that'll stop you. But you got to stand up for yourself. And that's what I had to do. Stand up for my well-being. Stand up for my sanity. Stand up for the person that I want to be. Stand up for me to avoid feeling or bringing out that side of Tobi that I don't like. Okay? We're really supposed to look for lessons in life. Life is for learning. But once you've acquired the learning, you gotta move on. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. And with all of the books that I've written and all the knowledge I've acquired and everything that I've lived, and you know what? If I can still choose to wake up in the morning, open my eyes and say, yes, I was on his wake-up list this morning. And if that's possible, everything and anything else is possible for me. Why wouldn't I want the best for myself? No matter what's going on in the world. You know, and I'm going to remind you guys all again this morning that happiness is it's a fucking choice. Okay? It is truly a choice. Listen, I've been living a shitstorm for 2.5 years induced by somebody else. But guess what? I'm still a happy person. I'll still give all the love that I have in my heart. It's not going to change who I am. Just not going to tolerate that anymore from anybody. Hey. But everything's all good. Listen, I want you guys to appreciate who you are. Own your power. Know your strength. Know your worth. And don't let anybody tell you different. And when you know who you are and you know what you can do, don't settle. Don't settle at all. Why would you? Why would you rob yourself for the well-being of anybody else? Be happy. Own your power. You know, our soul is made up of unconditional love. And that's what gives us life. And that's the energy that runs this creative power. So you gotta work in alignment with that. Can't wake up stressed out, worrying about what's gonna... You know what? Today is now. Worry about now. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about another person. Don't worry at all. What are you worried about? You know, like, hey, I put myself in a real shitstorm, and now coming out of it, I am in a bad position. Real bad position. Okay? But is that going to make me stay where I know I shouldn't? No, I'd rather be in that bad position knowing who I am and how I can get out of it. Okay? Than to accept stuff that I shouldn't be. So really, you know, guys, love yourselves enough to not take anything from anybody other than love. If they're not loving you right, leave them alone. Really. That's what I learned. Doesn't matter how much you can love somebody, because I can love hard. And trust me, anybody that I really take a conscious decision to love, they need nothing around me. Because I take on them like I take on myself. But you got to watch where you're putting all that. Because while you're filling up somebody else's cup, you're emptying your own. And that's what happened to me. Have a great day, Carrie. Shine, girl. Go get yours. You're awesome. Have an awesome day. Thanks for coming out. I'm really happy to see you. But honestly, guys, look, life is for learning. You got to love yourself more than you love anything in this fucking world, no matter what it is. Everybody says, oh yeah, I love my kids more than I love myself, and I live for them more than I... Nah. You know what? I did that shit too. No. You cannot put anybody before yourself in this world. Why? Well, hey, because as you're lifting somebody up, you're pushing yourself down. It's as simple as that. And you can't do that. You can't do that for you. Really can't. You got to own your power, be happy no matter what, and remove everything from your life that makes you feel any different than that. That's it. You don't have to accept anything in your life that does not make you feel good. Why would you have to? You know, what we live as growing up is, okay, we don't have a choice in that. But when you get to be an adult and you realize, hey, that's not cool, and you make the changes to get real with yourself. You know, the hardest work in this life is getting real with the shit we've had to live and not make excuses for it. And actually say, okay, you know what? I'm going to find the good in all of that. You know what I'm going to say? My grandmother's going to be 100 in September. You know, and she was talking to me the other day, and she was being very apologetic about watching what I had to live and doing nothing about it. Well, you know something? Straight up, I had to say to myself and to her, hey, Graham, do you think I would have been able to beat death had I not survived everything I have up and before that? And she took a look at me and she said, Toby, you're right. So everything in my life that I have had to live has helped me. It hasn't hindered me. It's helped me. No matter how hard it was for me to live. The hardest hits I've taken in my life have been the best things for me. So this is another thing. Yeah, I took some really hard hits over the past 2.5 years. Put me in a really fucked up spot. But guess what? I am who I am regardless. And I'm going to keep pushing forward regardless. You know what? And I'm going to keep loving regardless. That's me. I love life. I love the great things about life, and I love the great people in life. And there are so many great people. Like, hey. Good morning. Hey, how you doing? Bro, I'm happy to see you out here. I didn't have my glasses on, so I don't really watch who's, I just had to come back out here doing the lives. Because, something, the world is going to shit around us, bro. And there's a lot of people that are just not acting right. So I just want to give some people some love and some power so they can stay good within themselves. That's all. See, I shaved my head? I had to rid myself of some vibes, bro. When you carry vibes, sometimes you just gotta, woo, all right. Can't carry them anymore, Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope everybody's well. I'm happy to see you. Anyway, guys, look, I'm not out here for long. I just want to spread some love. I'm going to start doing the lives again. When my soul tells me to hop out here, I will. Because you know what? Hey, we've all got some rough shit that we have to deal with. And like I was saying, when I look at what I've lived, no matter how rough it's been on me, it has made me a stronger, better person. No matter what. Even coming out of this relationship that I just stepped out of, hey, you know what made me do it? Is when I realized, I was sitting there talking to him and I was saying, look, 2.5 years we've been doing this and we need something better. We have to direct ourselves better. And I'm really, really trying because that's what I want. I want to feel good all the time. And if things aren't making us feel good, well, then let's fix them. But he wasn't interested. So that's fine. That's his choice. Okay? But what made me snap, thanks, bro. What made me snap and remove myself is when I sat down and calculated the number of days that I had allowed this to go on. The not feeling good. Okay? Well, when I saw that number, 790 days, something snapped in me. It had no longer been 2.5 years. It had been a lifetime. And like I said, something snapped in me and I went, uh-oh, okay, no more of this because I'm going to be dead. Simple. And it's not because he's a bad guy. It's because the endurance of the situation I could no longer endure for me. I couldn't, listen, I like to be happy, I like to be outgoing, and I like to fix things for me and everybody else. That's all I've been in my life in this world. I don't like people to hurt. And I will do anything that I possibly can to stop them from hurting. Or to teach them how to avoid the hurt. Or so, I know what I bring to the table. And yeah, I'm a lot for a lot of people and too much for most. Why? Because I'm real with what I see. I don't make excuses for it. I can't call a racehorse a zebra. I cannot call a gorilla a dog. I call it as I see it. My truth shakes a lot of people's illusionary perceptions. When people have been lying to themselves and they come across me, well, I abruptly shift that. They may not accept what I have to say, but that's what my job is on this planet. It's try to make people aware that they don't have to live the horror story that they were dealt. No matter how hard it is, you can be okay. And I encourage you guys all to be okay and own your power and don't shift anything. Don't let anything steal your power. And you know what? I just did that. I didn't let somebody steal it. I flooded it to him. Here, you can have it. Because I want to love you. But what I got back, holy shit. Don't accept that from nobody. Love yourself. Because when you're loving yourself, you're not looking for it elsewhere. And that's what I learned. I never in my life was a needy bitch like that. Nor will I ever become one. I have all that I need inside of me. Anybody that's around me that I choose to have in my life, it is a bonus. It is not a need. As it seems, they turn out to need me, which is fine, which I will be more than happy to help. But love yourselves. Look for the learning. Don't let anybody take from you what you've created for yourself. Ever. Love life. Love yourself. Anyway, I'm coming off. I'm being a little repetitive this morning. It's just a free flow. I just came out here to shed some love and let everybody know, yo, I'm okay. I just stepped out of a shitstorm. So, I'm not used to being alone anymore. Getting used to that. Adjustment. Not used to looking around in my surroundings and seeing nothing that was here in my life before him. None of it's here. Not the furniture, not my picture, nothing of what I had before this relationship, I still have today. None of it. But I do have myself. And I'm starting from scratch again. But that doesn't mean I can't be happy about it. And a lot of people have been worried about me over the past 3 days since I stepped out of this relationship. Because everybody knows I love hard. But guess what? I'm okay. Okay? When you have nothing left to give a person but your life, and they still can't be happy, that is no longer on you. Understand that. And you can give, and you can give, and you can give, and you can give, thinking that it's going to be of benefit to you later on. Well, I'll tell you, it won't be. Because if you're given, and it's not being reciprocated from the jump, you're emptying out yourself. Nobody on this planet is worth that. You want to get into something, make sure that it is reciprocated to you. Make sure anything that you're putting into something is being given back to you. And if not, it's not worth it. Guys, have a great day. Get the most out of your experience. You woke up today for a reason, just like I did. If my journey was over, well, I would have seen you all by now this morning as I'm looking down on everybody. And I would have haunted many, trust that. But just know, no matter what I'm living, I'm okay. Because it's a conscious choice. So I hope that all of you guys can make that conscious choice also for yourselves. Because you're worth it. And nobody else could matter more than your well-being. All right? And don't be anything but kind. No matter what. All right? Anyway, I love you all. First live. Tomorrow I'll be back out with a little bit more direction and guidance. This was just to break the ice. And let everybody know that I am okay. But let everybody know that I hope that all of you are in your power. Just as I am. Doesn't matter what's going on around me. From this point on in my life, I will maintain my power, and I will not be flooding it out to anything or anybody that is not in their own power. Because I see what happens. You destroy yourself doing that. It's all good. I'll never be destroyed. So, I love you all. Have a great day. Keep a high vibe. Tell yourself good things. Tell yourself you're okay no matter what. Love yourself. Accept yourself. But most of all, you know what? Forgive yourself for doing the things that you had to do to survive while living harsh conditions and while being in survival mode. Because that's one of the biggest things that I had to do for myself in the past 3 days is forgive myself for doing whatever I had to do to survive what was being inflicted on me. And I have. I love you all. You matter the most, and don't be fooled in thinking that anybody matters more than you do. Get real with yourself and everything in your life. And it's fucking hard to do. It's not easy. It really isn't. But when you do, you're good. So I love you all. Have a great day. Get the most out of it. Always. Why? Because if you don't, you're robbing yourself. All right? I love you all. Have a great day. Get the most out of it. You matter the most always and forever. Have a great day. And I'll be back out here next week. Or whenever my soul pops in. So I may go live. You never know what time of day Tobi's going to go live. But I will be popping back out here. Spreading some love. This world is going to shit. And we need as many people pumping out love into this world as humanly possible. All right? Love you all. Peace.